Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to, sift through all the noise, look at the sources, and pull out those key insights to help you navigate information overload. Today, we're diving headfirst into something huge, making money online. Specifically, Jobescape.me.
Ah, yes.
Think about someone, maybe like Sarah, stuck in a 9 to 5, dreaming of working remotely, maybe setting her own hours. She finds Jobescape.me and it looks like the answer, right?
Right, the promise of escaping that grind.
Exactly. But the big question for Sarah, and, well, for you listening is this platform really the way out, or is it just, another online thing that takes your money and leaves you confused?
That's such a common scenario.
Yeah.
So many people want that freedom, that remote work lifestyle. It's a huge shift we're seeing.
Yeah.
But the online world, it's massive. And honestly,
Yes.
pretty overwhelming. It feels like endless options, gurus everywhere. It's hard to tell what's real and what's just hype, which is why these platforms promising a clear map are so attractive. And, well, why we need to take a really critical look, cut through the marketing fluff.
Absolutely. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to unpack what Jobescape.me actually offers, look at real user feedback we've gathered, weigh the good against the bad, give you specifics, and help you figure out if it fits your goals, where you're at right now, and, your budget.
Get the clearest picture possible.
Exactly. So you can decide without getting lost in that digital maze yourself. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So first things first, what actually is Jobescape.me based on what we found?
Okay, so fundamentally, it positions itself as this comprehensive platform, like an all-in-one kit almost.
Right.
And it's designed specifically to help people move from a traditional job, the 9 to 5, into remote work or freelancing. Making money online, basically.
Whether it's a side hustle or a full career change.
Exactly. That seems to be the target audience, anyone looking to make that switch.
And how does it claim to do that? What are the actual tools or resources?
Well, the idea is structure. That's
Yeah.
the big sell. Our sources say it provides things like downloadable guides, some online courses, various tools.
Okay.
And the promise is that all this stuff teaches you the steps, the strategies you need to start earning online.
So step by step.
Kind of, yeah. And you can
Okay.
see the appeal, right? If you're standing there feeling totally lost, like, where do I even begin?
Yeah, decision paralysis is real.
Totally. So having something that looks like a clear blueprint, do this, then this, that can feel like a huge relief. It's like comfort, a map, even if it's just for the first few steps.
That map analogy is good, like being handed directions when you're lost. Okay, so that's what it is, a structured starting point. Let's talk about what's actually working for users. What are the positives people are reporting?
Right. What's the value people are finding?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. Where does it actually deliver?
Well, what seems to come up again and again is that its strength isn't really in unique, secret information. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But it's more about fighting that overwhelm, that decision paralysis we just mentioned. The biggest plus seems to be for people who are, like, totally new to freelancing. Zero prior experience.
So absolute beginners.
Exactly. If you've never set up an online profile, never pitched anyone, maybe don't even know how online payments work, then Jobescape.me, according to users, gives you that much-needed structure.
Okay, can you give an example? What kind of structure?
Sure. So user feedback highlights things like step-by-step guides on, say, setting up a profile on Upwork or Fiverr, the big freelance sites.
Right, the basics.
Yeah, the absolute basics, how to craft a simple service description, even just understanding payment systems for international clients. These are the very first hurdles, but they stop a lot of people.
I can see that.
Yeah. One person actually said that without it, they'd probably still be Googling how to make money online with no skills instead of, actually having a profile up. So for anyone feeling completely swamped by just the idea of starting, a platform laying out a clear path can feel like, well, a lifesaver. It provides a framework if you'd otherwise just freeze up.
That definitely speaks to that desire for clear guidance.
It really does.
Okay, that structure sounds genuinely helpful for someone who's truly overwhelmed, like literally holding their hand for step one. But I wonder, does that hand-holding maybe get in the way of learning how to figure things out yourself, which is pretty crucial for succeeding online long-term, isn't it?
That's a really sharp question.
Yeah.
And it leads us right into the downsides, the not-so-good stuff. Because that trade-off, it's exactly where the problems start to show up.
Okay.
While the hand-holding is good initially, our sources show a lot of users describing the content itself as, well, basic.
Basic how?
And maybe more importantly, stuff you could easily find online for free.
Oh, right. That's not ideal if you're paying for it.
Not ideal at all.
Hmm?
And it points to a bigger issue in this whole learn-to-earn online space, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So when they say basic, what kind of things are we talking about?
Well, users often mention really fundamental stuff, like lessons on why you need a professional email address.
Seriously.
Yeah. Or like how to use Google Calendar to manage your time. Things that, okay, are important for any business.
Sure.
But they're covered everywhere. Free blogs, YouTube 101 videos, basic digital skills courses.
Right. You wouldn't expect to pay premium for that.
Exactly. Someone even mentioned finding the exact same cold outreach email template, like word for word, on a well-known marketing blog for free.
Ouch. That raises questions about originality.
Big question. So it suggests that while you get structure, the actual information, the depth, the uniqueness might not really justify the cost if you're, even slightly good at searching online.
That's a pretty strong critique if the core material is just repackaged free stuff.
It is.
And that brings us to another big issue that came up a lot, upselling. What does that actually look like for Jobscape.me users, and why is it such a consistent complaint?
Right, the upselling. And it's important to clarify, this isn't just about offering, say, more advanced courses later on. That's normal.
Yeah, standard progression.
What users are describing here is different. It's signing up for something, maybe the main membership, thinking it's the whole package to get you started.
Okay.
And then finding out pretty quickly that the really useful stuff, the advanced techniques, the practical tools, maybe key community access, it's all locked behind more payments, often recurring ones.
So you buy in, but then there's immediately another paywall.
Pretty much. Like you finish a basic course on, say, freelance writing. You feel okay, maybe, but then boom, here's an exclusive offer for the advanced client getting course or the premium templates you really need.
Gotcha. For an extra monthly fee, I bet.
Often, yeah. And it's framed like you have to buy it to actually succeed. Users say this constant push to upgrade to buy add-ons just gets really annoying, frustrating even.
I can imagine. It feels like you're being milked.
Exactly. It chips away at trust. You thought you bought the solution, but it feels more like you just bought entry into a funnel designed to get more money out of you.
Right, less like education, more like a subscription trap.
That's a good way to put it. It kind of preys on that initial dream they sold you on. What's fascinating is how quickly that can sour the whole experience.
Yeah, that feeling of being nickel and dimed is never good. It really makes you question the value and transparency. Okay, so let's try and pull this all together. We've got the structure for total beginners on one side, but then basic content, maybe stuff you can find free, plus this constant upselling on the other. So the bottom line, is Jobscape.me worth it? Our sources seem to say it depends.
Right. It's not a simple yes or no. It really does depend on your situation.
But can we give people a bit more than just, it depends? Like a better way to frame that decision?
I think so. The key takeaway, I think, is that Jobscape.me isn't really a shortcut for most people. But it can be a useful on-ramp for someone who's genuinely overwhelmed, truly starting from scratch, and values that step-by-step guidance more than they value cost savings or deep specific knowledge right away.
Okay, so like a starter kit, gets you moving, gives some initial confidence.
Exactly. It provides that initial push, that structure. But, and this is the important part, you'll probably need to move beyond it pretty quickly. You'll need to develop your skills further, find more advanced info, or you risk just staying at that basic level.
Right. So the recommendation coming out of the sources?
It's nuanced but clear. Yes, it could give you structure if you're totally new and feel lost and you really need that hand-holding, but the smarter advice, financially speaking, is probably to explore the free resources first. Seriously.
Emphasize that point.
Yeah, because there's just so much high-quality advice out there that costs nothing. Think about YouTube channels dedicated to freelancing, detailed blog posts, free courses from reputable places, online communities.
Reddit forums, things like that.
Exactly. The information is often more detailed, more specialized, and obviously free if you're willing to put in the time to find it and piece it together yourself.
That's the crucial difference, isn't it? Time versus money, curation versus self-direction.
Precisely.
So what does this mean for you, the listener? It really makes you think about where you are right now, your current knowledge, your learning style. Are you someone who actually enjoys digging around, finding information on YouTube, blogs, forums? Can you motivate yourself to build your own learning plan?
Or are you really at square one, feeling completely lost, and you just need someone to tell you exactly what to do first, step by step, even if it's basic info?
Right. Your comfort level with doing your own research versus paying for convenience and structure that's going to decide if JobEscape.me's offering feels valuable to you.
It's that trade-off, convenience versus cost, and maybe content depth.
Okay, so wrapping it up, JobEscape.me. It presents itself as the structured starting point for beginners wanting to get into remote work or freelancing.
Yeah. Seems to offer that initial roadmap, helps with the overwhelm.
But that structure might come with content that's pretty basic, stuff you could find elsewhere for free. And then there's the upselling, which seems to be a real turnoff for many.
It really boils down to your specific needs, what you already know, or budget, and how much you value having things curated for you versus finding them yourself.
Which leads us to maybe a final thought for people to chew on.
Yeah.
Well, you touched on it earlier. In this age where information is just everywhere and so much of it is free,
Information abundance.
how do we figure out what's actually valuable when it comes to these online courses and platforms? Is paying for structure worth it when the info itself is free?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do we weigh that convenience, that easy path, against the need to develop our own skills like critical thinking, research, problem solving? Those are the skills that really matter long-term online.
Right. Are you paying for information, or are you paying for the relief of not having to find the information yourself?
Exactly. It's something to think about with any platform you look at, really. What are you truly buying?
Definitely some powerful questions to reflect on as you figure out your own path online. We hope this deep dive into JobEscape.me gives you the clarity you need to make the right decision for you.
Hopefully it helps cut through some of the noise.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.